All aboard!
This is Pelon and Chubby, episode 81. Back at it again with that good stuff. This week, we dive deep. Pelon completes the application and the final interview process for them to get to the game show. Where are we going to be able to say what America say? Stay tuned. Chubby, working hard with the San Diego Comedy League, and he is just busting the scene up. Soon to be hosting, soon to be toasting, but never roasting. That's our Chubby. We talk about oracle cards, the deeper meaning of the horoscope, and if that wasn't enough, we'll help you regulate your will and your estate. It's what we do. Pelon and Chubby, episode 81. Check us out.
Activate.
It's the Pelon and Chubby Show with your hosts Rick Salas and Guy Murray, talking about comedy and everything that crosses their mind. It's the Pelon and Chubby Show.
And we're live.
Hello, good evening, and welcome to the episode of the Pelon and Chubby Show. I'm Rick Salas.
And I'm Guy Murray.
And together we are Pelon and Chubby, here every Wednesday for you at 8 o'clock or so. And we are here for our 80,
Yeah.
80-something
About
episode.
that. Uh-huh.
And we are here. We're going to have some fun tonight. We're going to talk about a few things, about our weeks, about some current events, what's going on around town, and our road to Hollywood.
Hollywood.
Yeah, we got a little bit
Hollywood City.
Today we had the interview with the producer, and we'll talk about that some. Talk about some stuff got going on, and anything you guys want to talk about, feel free. I got the laptop open. All you got to do is text or what do you call it? Message over your stuff.
Message over your stuff, and then we can get you on the air.
Yeah, we can put you on the air.
Absolutely.
We can do all kinds of stuff.
We got technologies.
Yeah.
I was going to have an in. I forgot to set up the in studio guest. Our lovely friend from down in Oceanside. She said she liked what she saw last week and she wanted to be.
Who is this?
That's my lovely friend, lovely friend.
Can we get a name?
Well, she's not here yet. What's up, Michelle Bowman?
Is she coming?
I'm tagging her right now, making sure she's going to call in or do something.
So, I mean, who is this? I'm just curious.
That's she's my friend TJ.
Oh, okay.
Photographer, author, teacher. She's a very compelling story, and she's.
Oh yeah.
And I think she'd be better in studio though. Honestly, I think she would be way better in studio.
Oh, so you at first you said in studio, but what you meant was on the phone.
I would love to have her in studio. She'd be a lot better in studio. Because where are you out there? TJ, are you out there? I'm going to put her on blast. I'm going to say no show. No show for the girl on the show. What's up? Up. That's all right. I didn't set it up right. So anyway, then we're going to share that out. Shout it out.
Why? I don't know why I can't get any of the. Whoa! Technical error.
That's not technical. I'm allowed one of those.
What's up, Michelle? We already said hi to her. She's one of the faithful. Always here.
Michael Klein, thanks for stopping in and joining the watch party.
All right.
You want to get a call-in question? You want to raise the roof with us here on a hump day? Wednesday, Pelon and Chubby Day. It's official. We are the reigning supreme leaders of the airwaves in our podcast.
Whoa. That's a big title.
It sounded spendy, too.
Yeah.
But you can join in on the fun, 760-565-5713, 760-565-3713. See, I switched it up right there. I'm putting that on and tag that on the watch party, and you are welcome to call in. Operators are standing by.
760-565-3713.
Are we sure that's the number that works?
That's the number that works.
All right.
We get SMS messages. We can actually get you on the air down there.
So what's going on at the Casa de Guy?
El Casito de Guy. Casito de Guy is definitely, I don't know. We're still in the middle of I don't know what to call it. I really don't. It's just it's like one of those standbys. Arturo Garcia, what's up, cousin?
What are we talking about? Work, home?
Home. You said a Casito de Guy.
Okay.
Casito de Guy is on edge.
On edge?
Yeah, on edge. We
What now?
What is it not now? It's always something. I think she likes to live on that precarious edge of the knife or something. Somebody's gonna get shanked. Someone's get stuck.
So what did you do now?
I don't know. Just too many shows. I'm always going, always out. I don't know. Just she's the homebody. She doesn't want to go to the show. That's not what she wants to do. But at the same time, she don't want to get in my way and stop me. So she's feeling.
Other than calling and telling places not to do the show.
Yeah. Besides that, that's always.
We'll just ignore that. It's fine.
Mm-hmm. It's my way or the highway.
Wow.
Life is a highway. I'm going in my way all night long. Other than that, just rocking, doing what I'm doing, loving my work. I got another chapter done in my book. And actually, I'm trying to do both books and release them at the same time. So that's been kind of crazy. Because they don't have anything to do. They're not connected. They're not related.
What is the what are they about?
Well, the first book is called Exit Strategy. It's the 7 essential steps to leaving the corporate world, but doing it on a high note.
I thought you were writing an autobiography on how to get the hell out of your house.
How to get out of my house. Surviving, diving. What's up, Lauren?
You were going to write it and then read it to yourself.
What's up, Miss Jernigan?
And
Thanks for joining my watch party. Hang around for a little bit. 760-565-3713. 760-565-3713.
That there's pretty funny.
We are on the air with Pelon and Chubby.
That is pretty funny right there.
Yeah, it's one of those things that we got to do.
So,
how about you, man? What's going on with you?
Same old thing, man. Just doing the work thing, and it's going all right. But somebody's always got something to bitch and moan about, complain about, whatever. It's the way it is, and so I work. Work is work. It is what it is. It's never going to be perfect, but you try and just deal with it.
Of course. That's what they pay you for.
Yeah, whatever. It's a job. If it was fun, it probably wouldn't be a job.
Right.
You'd have to call it something else, like fun. So, but I'm still doing good. Still, having relatively good success. I guess if people are talking shit, then you're having success.
Success, yeah.
Right. There's always the haterade flowing from the coolers.
Kool-Aid.
Yeah. Haterade is alive and well.
I love it.
So we were kind of talking about our trek to Hollywood, which I'll tell you what, man. I think the more I get into this, the more discouraging it is.
I could feel that. It does seem, it seems not real anymore.
Like the whole initial idea was like you were even saying, it seems like you're having so much fun. Like when we auditioned for the show, you're like, yeah, you seem like you're having fun. Well, I was faking most of that, but yeah, at least it was halfway real. And now after talking to the producer on the show, yeah, not so much. It's like it's all for TV. We really don't give a shit what you think or how you feel. This is for TV, so just if it's not good for TV, then just make the shit up, Of
course, yeah. No, I mean, Hollywood is what it is, and
you mean it's not real?
Hollywood is not real. I mean, there's real life stories that come out of Hollywood, but you don't see all that after them cameras start rolling and it's all recorded.
I think that's just what makes the tabloids.
That's the stuff that makes the tabloids.
Hollywood, but those are the best stories in Hollywood.
Yeah.
The rest are just make believe. Like, you don't really believe that Michael Keaton was ever Batman. Not really. You know, look at
Like Jared.
Here's a terrible one. Christopher Reeves.
Yeah.
Yeah, if he was Superman, he would have flew off that horse instead of fucking nosediving.
Right. Yeah. That's horrible. That's truth.
This is true.
You know, remember that commercial when he came out walking, and they digitized him walking.
Yeah, but that's okay.
That's
I make a joke about it, and it's like, oh, so rude, so
not
cruel.
cool. Yeah.
But they do a commercial with him walking.
And everybody.
It's like doing those videos after Michael Jackson died 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you got to put a fake video or image of him dancing on stage? That's a little weird.
Just a little bit.
Didn't they do that with Tupac?
Yeah, they did that Tupac hologram,
right.
and he did a whole concert.
Right.
It's like,
that's
what?
Crazy.
And people paid to see that.
Mom's got bills to pay. My neighbor.
Keep your head up. Keep your head up.
Keep filling my mama's purse.
Yeah. Yes, sir. You know, so we do what we do each week here, right here on the Pelon and Chubby Show. I'm glad to be back. I mean, it's just what's going on, people? What's going on? What's on?
We had a little hiatus.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
That was not bad.
So I was listening to the radio this morning, and it was pretty funny. I don't know all the names of the people involved, but the whole university scandal. I thought it was pretty funny because I guess they're going to court. The parents are going to court on all the charges right now.
Uh-huh.
And the daughter, the one that was caught on video saying that, yeah, I didn't really give a shit about school. I just wanted to go party and go to football games and shit. You know, so I really don't care about school. Was reported calling USC saying that being that I haven't been kicked out of school officially, can I still enroll in classes? Oh my God.
She wants that makeup. Can I please?
I don't want to miss homecoming.
There's no homecoming in college.
There is.
There's homecoming in
Yes,
college?
they still have homecoming in
That's
college.
some stupid stuff.
Yeah.
My friend, longtime family friend, his daughter, she graduated over the weekend.
Oh, nice.
And we went to go to her commencement ceremony, and it was amazing.
Yeah?
That was like a couple thousand.
Wow.
Man, they got through it pretty quick.
Commencement means the commencement.
They moving to the next level. You're moving and you're commencing to the next level in your life.
I never, you hear words like that and you're like, what's that mean?
But there's something amazing about that Pomp and Circumstance song. That is a great song. Da, na, 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 na. Well, no, it's Pomp and Circumstance. That's all it's used for is graduations and ceremonial.
Well, what else is the wedding song used for?
You know what? The wedding song is specifically for weddings. But it's just one of those songs that it's revered, and you kind of want to pay attention when it's up and it's playing. But they had so many students going through different age ranges, different races, and as they marched in, representing their different their developments and their classes, that song, you could tell where the loop was in, but it was like da 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 da. So if you really like it, there's this. I'm gonna put a link to it. There's a YouTube video, and you can find any song looped for like 10 hours or so. But would you want to listen to the Pomp and Circumstance song for 10 hours? I know there's a lot of songs. There's a 10-hour Don't Worry, Be Happy song. But yeah, someone sits there and they put together all these long song mixes, and it's the same song for 10 hours. I could do the Pomp and Circumstance for 10 hours. I'd be looking around and see if there's a YouTube channel where they got a lot of songs that they do them for 10 hours. Can you imagine 10 hours of Don't Worry, Be Happy?
Don't worry.
Yeah. I went to a men's retreat on the weekend of empowerment, and all they played was Don't Worry, Be Happy.
Is
and
that,
all
is that also known as the Gay Pride Parade?
It was not the Gay Pride Parade. That's like Don't Hurry.
The only retreats I know that are all men are the Gay Pride Parades where the neo-Nazis show up and it's retreat.
Retreat.
And they all go running.
Tweet. Yeah, no, it was a really nice, good business building, big, type of event where we all got to.
Was business?
Yeah, it was business, and we networked and business. A lot of different ethnicities were being represented, and you could tell where the Jewish impulse and influence was at.
Oh, no shit.
The organizers and the money and the hotel and all the stuff they got paid for. They actually had working sound, lights, and cameras and everything like that.
Imagine that.
My peoples were definitely in effect and present, though. Some big money, some big business, and some guys that motivated me to want to write my books and step forward and be more present.
A lot of your peoples were also at the Game 4 sweep of
The Golden State
Warriors sweeping. Who was it? I can't even remember now.
Jesus Christ.
They were that insignificant.
Trailblazers.
God. I don't know just how many years can you fail and still be considered great? Because they haven't done anything. And everybody kept on saying, like, especially on TNT or ESPN, like, oh, tonight the Warriors are going to get blown out by 20 because KD's not there.
Right.
All that, but.
Yeah, I know.
You know what? I'm gonna just say it. What's crazy is they're playing a different style of basketball when KD's there.
Yeah.
Than from what they won. People seem to forget that they were winning championships when KD wasn't there. He came over and make them better. Right? In that style. But I don't know if you remember the strife that happened halfway, 3/4 of the way through the season where him and Draymond were getting into it. Now, I want you to see something. He's not in the picture, and guess who is their best player right now? Now, don't get me wrong. Curry controls the team and runs the flow, and it does all that, okay? But who is the most effective, best player on the court right now? Draymond. Okay. So when we're talking about total package, so why is it that they're playing a completely different game when KD shows up? And is it a better game or is it more Harden-like? Where it's isolation. Sure, that one player goes off, but does it detract from the other players? So are you really getting more because he's on the court, or are you getting less from the majority? Sure, he shines, but how do the rest do? Is he taking them out of their game? Can they play and be just as effective as a whole without him?
Nope. Yeah, no, they can't be.
My answer is yes. And nobody believes that. You hear him talk on the radio, you hear him talk on ESPN, all that, and nobody believes that they can actually be better without an all-star, an MVP, and all that. But not everybody fits into every scheme. And I don't know that the flow after this long is still where it should be and could be. Meaning that, the cohesiveness, the gelling, and everybody clicking, at their highest. So what I think you're getting is KD at his highest, but then you're getting 50% of everybody else. Which if you're a math person, which is commonly known as a mathematician,
and I'm not,
or I think you'll say that 100% or even more of KD and 50% of everybody else equals less performance out of a team. So, I mean, it might be a stretch, whatever, but I think I'm really buying into it's okay if he leaves next year.
Whoa, what?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it'd be cool.
I think I'm okay with it. I think the Warriors will be okay with it. They will carry on. They won before him. You know what I think it has to happen is that he misses the finals, the Warriors win, and the decision's made.
I could see that. I could honestly.
Because I don't believe I'm going to go out on a limb here and say the Bucks are probably going to win the series, even though it's tied 2-2. So I don't think it matters who wins, the Bucks or the Toronto. But I think the Warriors can beat either one of them without Durant. And that's not just because I like the team. I'm just looking at matchup. You know, if you have good defense, you can really neutralize a couple of the players. And they've already proven that they're either going to perform at a super high level. Speaking of Leonard, you know, a couple of the other guys, they're either going to perform at a high level or they're just going to disappear. So, with that said, I'm thinking that if Durant wants to go somewhere else, I think the Warriors should allow.
It'll be all right. I think it'll be quite all right.
And I think they can pick up a couple of really good players for the amount of money that they would have to pay him. But what I didn't care for was when all this was going on and kind of KD took over the team, everybody acted like he was the one running the show. And I think that's where they started having their issues, when he started acting like he was running the show. Now that Steph has taken back over the reins, I think everybody's seen what is very possible. But we'll see next week, huh?
Stay tuned.
They're saying that KD's injury is actually worse than they had originally thought.
Oh, no.
So there's a good possibility, at least for game one, that he doesn't play and they see what happens. But I think on his end, if he can go kind of to save face and prove his worth so his stock doesn't plummet before he goes out and tests the free agency market, I think he's going to go out there and play no matter what. Because that would be the most damaging thing for his value, is not getting out there and playing these finals and the Warriors win without him. Then where's his value? I think it diminishes.
It definitely would diminish it.
So it would be in his best interest to get out there and brave it out if he can. But I don't think I need him. I really don't. What do you know?
Got some eyeballs on that one right there.
Which one?
On you.
What?
I don't know. I can't see who it is, though.
Eyeballs?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
There's a number of people watching, but they don't show themselves.
Oh.
That's cool. Welcome to the welcome.
I think there's a couple zeros missing.
Well, we need some more eyeballs. But
Yes. I never knew we had that.
we had that.
So what do all of you want to talk about?
What's going on, people?
We're
What's
okay
going
with
on? What's the
talking
hot
about-
stuff?
We got plenty of stuff to talk about. We got plenty. So what we need help with is coming up with answers. Let's do that exercise, guy. So I was told that we need to figure out what we would do if we won the 15,000. And it needs to be a little more heartfelt.
More heartfelt.
Sensitive. Because they didn't like our the collectors. Because they didn't think people would like us. So now that he found out that we're actually the opposite, and we're the debt relievers, that we help people get out of debt.
Right.
He's like, oh, that's warm and fuzzy.
That's
nice.
got what the elements that they need.
So I said, do you want to tie it all together? If we won, we'd pay off each other's debts. He didn't like it.
Nope. He wants to.
He said, you're basically paying off yourself.
He wants to be a little bit more altruistic.
Well, not if you word it right. What do you want to hear? That we're going to donate it to all the homeless? I mean, what? Realistically, what do you want to hear?
You know what?
So let's hear from people. What would, if we won $15,000 on the game show? What should we?
What's
as
a good
team,
reason as a team?
What should we do with the money?
What should we do with the money?
As a group, not individually. It has to be as a group. What would we do with the money? That's what they're asking us.
We need some ideas to present to the producers. I think, we build a floating plastic village, save the environment. We're the collectors.
Well, since he didn't want to hear about our podcast, he didn't want to hear about anything.
Comedy, he don't want to hear about that.
I said, well, I guess the idea of a tour bus and equipment for the podcast is out the window.
Out the window.
I mean, what if we threw a karaoke party for all our friends?
International, state to state, national karaoke
No, we
party.
just had a big blowout, big karaoke party for everybody at work.
And barbecue.
And tacos.
Hell yeah. I love some tacos.
I like tacos.
We could throw it on a Tuesday. And
you remember that commercial?
I like tacos.
You remember that commercial? Everybody's talking in the office about whatever. And then the one dude that thought he was being excluded because he didn't have the proper coverage to get the text message.
Right.
Right. He actually got it, but he got it late. And then he felt stupid.
Yes.
But it was a typical, you don't want to invite the neighbor. Right. And so he comes up, well, I like tacos. Stupid. Huh?
That's one of those things.
I remember that commercial.
There's things that stick with you.
Yeah, that was a good one. Also, the one that we do at work on the phone when we get a rude customer.
Oh, yeah.
Hi. Bye.
Okay, so we were put to task today about how we answer the phone. And to let the customer know that you're listening to them is to repeat them back their problem. And have some empathy and be like, I understand you're having a problem, and let me get this straight. You're trying to make your son your executor, but he's under 30.
What are you guys selling? The estate do-it-yourself kit?
We have the Susie Orman. Do-it-yourself kit. And I'll constantly get elderly people who have never touched a computer, and they'll say,
I don't know.
They'll say, you have to be patient with me. I'm like, no.
Actually, I don't. You need to catch up with the fucking curve.
No, I mean, it is like, I didn't grow up with computers. I'm like, man, computers have been around for 40 years. Where have you been?
Yeah. Maybe you just need to die.
Maybe.
I've never seen so many people so concerned with what happens to their loot when they're gone.
I mean,
when you're gone, who gives a fuck? You're gone.
I don't want them fighting over it. I don't. You know what? You do your best planning. Right. They still may wind up going toe to toe for it, and they're going to cut you out. I've heard of people. Okay, well, he's going to be okay. I want to omit him from my will. I'm like, okay. The program lets you do that. But it sounds like they're trying to convince themselves that's the right thing to do. I was like, you know what? Outside of you going getting it notarized and official, all your little decisions don't matter. This guy was hemming and hawing this about we actually have an advanced directive, a health proxy, and number 7 has an and or clause, so or one or not. So to prolong life or not to prolong life.
That is a question.
And then number 8 was number 8 is and no matter how much pain or suffering he's in, to put him at his most comfort, at easiest comfort, pain and comfort.
You know, my worry would be doing your job.
What? What's your worry?
My worry would be that at some point, I would bust out with, "Are you fucking serious?"
Well, no, when they're thinking so much into it. I mean, it's simple. I get stuck in a loop and I know exactly where they're at when they're saying, I got right here and I can't get farther because it just won't. It just says return to beneficiaries or add a beneficiary, and I've already added them. I was like,
oh my God, I'd be like, sir, do you have one of those clickers?
do you have a switch on the front of the computer?
Do you have one of them clickers where if you're falling,
you can't get up?
and I can't get up?
And no, and I mean, time and time again. You know what? I would love for you to use the product. I will record your session of watching you. I'll put a camera on you, and then a camera on your screen to see if you can figure that shit out. I want to do that. I want to. If anybody's local, I will pay you to do a study because it can't be that tough. It really can't be that tough.
I'm actually pretty bad at that kind of stuff.
Yeah, so I think you would probably.
So it might work, and I'm almost at the age where
it starts to matter.
At 50, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, at 45.
Well, if you've been run hard,
if put away wet, and you ain't got but 2 nickels to rub together.
Hey, sometimes I feel like I'm on borrowed time. You know what I mean?
But when you start considering what is important, and you're okay, well, I don't want to trust. I don't have anything. Well, do you have a insurance policy?
Does it count if all you have is debt?
Actually,
I want to leave that motherfucker my debt.
I'm a will my debt to you. And see, a lot of people don't understand that. They don't. I had a lady who was trying to protect her pension and her Medicare. Her husband died. She doesn't know what to do now. She goes, well, I understand I have the death certificate and that they can't come after my pension and they can't come after this.
Oh shit, we lost one. Damn it.
And it's just too bad. But yeah, no, it's just people don't have these things. They don't just start thinking about it. But when their friends start dropping dead, it's important again. I bought this system back 12 years ago, and I'm ashamed to tell you, I put it in I was like, we wouldn't be talking right now if you had taken action. So now it's important. Let's take some action. Let's stop with the storytelling and stop with going back in history and what kept you from doing it then. Let's do it now. And it's just not.
I want to call in.
I want to know the motivation.
I want to call into your job one day and be like, guy, I got this nephew. And I need to buy that package that is the real fuck you goodbye package because this son of a bitch, I want to will him all my motherfucking debt.
I would love that call. I'm serious. I would love that call because I mean the ones I get, they're doozies, and I'm just challenged not to say something or say something audible that they can hear me say because oftentimes I'd be like okay, but if you're at a point where it says return the beneficiaries or add a beneficiary,
right?
Logically, what do you want to do? Well, I already added them. I was like, no, right here it's asking for 2 things, either return or add one. Well, so what do? I was like, do you want to return or add one? Already did. Okay, sir, please understand.
What does return mean? Like exchange it for a new
return.
One?
So it tells you to go back.
Oh.
It goes back to the list of beneficiaries. But in order for you to get this past this section, add at least one. Well, I don't know who that's going to be. I was like, well, you said you got 3 kids. Well, I don't know who's going to be the executor. And I don't know. I was like, man, add at least one so you can get through this session.
What's Brad talking about?
Brad, I can't see what Brad's saying.
He said, I like how you almost pronounce his name Caddy.
Caddy.
What's that mean? I'm a little slow.
I don't know. I didn't see it. He's talking to you personally.
There it is. Dave Medina, what's up? I like how you almost pronounce it. What's that mean?
Caddy. Katie? I don't know. Brad Hutchinson.
Maybe you can expound on that.
Who that? Brad Hutchinson.
So what's going on, David? What do you want to talk about? Give us a topic, throw it out there, whatever. This is Wednesday night, this Pelon and Chubby Show. Thanks for tuning in. We're here every Wednesday night, 8 o'clock, just talking about whatever kind of catches our fancy. Or yours.
I lost my Oracle card today.
So, Your witchcraft?
Oh no, I got. That's right, I got
The
it.
tarot card.
And it turned out to be surrender to success. You are ready to experience abundance. Don't look back at previous roadblocks or difficulties. Leap into an exciting new world of possibilities.
I think the other
Surrender
meaning of that surrender to
success.
success means that you need to make way for people that are better than you at shit.
Make way. Step aside.
Make way for people that are successful.
Step aside,
unlike you.
sir. Step aside.
Is that what they're getting at?
Watch in awe.
It doesn't mean try harder, just give up. Surrender. Is that what they mean?
Yeah.
All right.
Chatty catty. I don't
Or do
know.
they
I
mean-
really don't understand what Brad Hutchinson is reaching
He
at
threw
there.
me in a loop for that right there. Does it mean that there's success in you? You just have to surrender.
You just got to surrender. Surrender to it.
Not allow it to happen.
I think we all have the will and a way. We just don't.
I think that's one of those 3%er cards. It only applies to 3% of the people.
No, I think. I mean, the majority of it's depending on how you read it. I mean, everything meant to be something. You could take clippings from the horoscope, mix them all up, take away the Virgo or whatever, and you just have the
Put them on anyone
and put them on someone. And people are like, yeah,
Right.
yeah. Tomorrow
Oh my
is
God,
your
that's
day.
so you.
Yeah, it's so you.
So you.
Yeah. Well, I think we did do that in a social studies class, and everybody was, one girl who was she was pretty much in touch with her psyche or whatever. She goes, no, that's not right. No. And so she, like 12 for 12, got them all right. Or was it, how many signs? Yeah, 12 for 12. How many signs are there? 12.
That's pretty good. I don't even know that.
So she got them all
Well, I guess
dialed
there's
in.
12 months.
Well, there's signs. There's Leo, Cancer, Virgo,
Does it go by the months?
Taurus. No. Well, there's
Sort of.
They overlap.
They overlap.
Months. Like cause
But
January to December to January is
they go a month.
Capricorn.
They're
up
thir-
until
they're 30-day
a certain
spreads,
day.
no?
No. I think there's 11 signs, 9 signs, 7 signs. Well, you got the computer.
Is there an astronomer out there?
Is there an astrology major out there who's
Astrology.
looking? Astronomer. Well, I like our weathermen who keep getting this rain stuff are meteorologists. How reading meteors is going to tell me if I'm going to get wet tomorrow?
So, meteors control the weather?
Well, since the Earth is flat, yeah, sure. Meteors.
The world is flat now?
It's always been.
So I take a couple weeks off and a
The
lot
world's
of shit
flat.
changed.
The world,
Jamie Philpott, what's going on?
the world is flat.
Where are the eyes? We have no eyes.
No eyes.
But yet we have right here.
Comments and
So does that mean there's nobody hiding and watching?
nobody's touching.
Oh.
Can I touch you now?
I touch myself.
Whenever you need me. No, you can seriously light up the phone if you want to get part of the conversation. Make us give some thought-provoking input. Why do meteorologists tell us about the weather?
How? Yeah.
Why does
David would know shit
why
like
does
that.
KUSI San Diego always show other cities stuff
Whatever
going
happened to John?
on? We
I
want to
think
know.
he passed away.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Oh, he did?
Yeah,
You saw?
I seesaw.
KUSI.
Because he did more than just that little thing.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he actually started the Weather Channel.
What?
Yeah, he basically invented the Weather Channel.
Shut the front door.
Nope.
That's
He's
a
doing it.
chunket of information.
That's a buttload of it. I'm still just trying to figure out
How do I
what's
live
a
life?
meteorologist got to do with telling
How do I
us the
live
weather.
life in the dark? That's a lot of shit I don't know.
Hang out at a couple of trivia dens and you'll learn a lot more.
I don't know. Is that what they call them? They're not trivia rooms, they're dens.
Well, I mean, you walk into it, you're surrounded by ogres and pathologists and people that know a lot of stuff
For no particular
for
reason.
no particular reason. What's the excitement? What's the edge? I have my wisdom. I have my drawn
Thus
from
explain-
experience. Yes, but
Thus explains Jeopardy.
Jeopardy is a different monster. You can study for that. But now this guy that's been winning and he's won more than the original Ken
Was he a prodigy at 3? Started watching?
Not really. Oh. No, he just knows the game.
Oh.
He knows the flow. It's like some big algorithm. He knows the game, the flow, and he's made a whole
Plus
lot
his
more
roommate's the
money.
one that writes the questions?
Probably. No. Remember that there were several game shows where there was fixes and people in the audience were helping them on Millionaire. And UK Millionaire had it 3 times in their history, and people had to give the money back, or they were exposed and publicly humiliated for cheating on live TV in a show.
Yeah, and in Europe, they don't have a problem doing that.
They can do it easily.
They'll tar and feather the motherfucker.
They'll execute you in public, and
they got no rules.
They'll make you fix your teeth or something. Like you get off the island.
That's a strange place, man.
It is.
For being so proper, they're not.
They're so proper, but they will just tear you down.
They're not.
Oh my God! Especially if you're from like Palm or something.
Where?
It's their slang for upstate or out, whatever. For your Palm, you speak Palm.
Oh.
Not proper, just slang.
I'll tell you what, I feel inadequate today.
I'm sorry, man.
There's all this information that I have no idea about.
Well,
how I lived the last how many years.
Here's a sad.
Not privy.
Here's a sad observation, though. I could be making that stuff up,
and I wouldn't even know it,
and you would not know it. And because I tell it so,
like so much with so much confidence,
with confidence and drive and yeah. So
what's the word? There's a word for
it. The word's not veracity.
No.
Okay, so I got picked again to tell the jokes of the day at work. You got to pick some clean, safe jokes, and you got to make them funny. Mm-hmm. So I piled a couple of dad jokes, and I got a couple of good jokes, and they were like little head scratchers. And I was like, and my thing is because Letty calls me Chubby, and the San Diego Wild Animal Park. The rhinoceros, they say that the rhinoceros is the chubby unicorn. And they have this really big line of shirts in the silhouette of a rhinoceros and says, "Save the chubby rhino," or "Save the chubby unicorn." I was stopped because of my shirt. This lady was like, "I love your shirt." And I looked at it, I was like, "Oh shit, I'm wearing the chubby shirt. I'm wearing the chubby shirt." And then I went on to tell how the unicorn is the most mythical creature, and a rhinoceros is a chubby unicorn. And I said, the chubby unicorn has a very mystical power. He is actually able. I mean, come on, have you ever seen a chubby unicorn?
I have a few nights.
Haven't seen a chubby unicorn hide in a tree? And people are like, no, because they're good at it.
I can't take
That's a kid's joke, but I took that to the level of, you ever seen an elephant hide in a tree? No, because they're good at it.
Wow.
But I tied the 3 jokes together, and they were like, "Man, you had us." And I stood up to make the presentation better, and they loved it. I'm a performer, man. I'm a natural performer. Take an unfunny joke
remember the
or
Bernie
a clean
Mac?
joke. Oh,
performing
perform
in the nude, bucket naked. That fool, man.
He would show up in some crazy spots and would steal the scene. Remember Transformers? Hey, come on over here, get us from. Hey, we're practically kin. I'm like your uncle. Hey, let me get this car here. And he's like trying to rub out the dent and everything. And Manny, get your crazy ass cousin out there. And then he goes, "See over there? That's my mama right there. I'll bust you in the head with a brick, bitch." I
never got too much into the Transformer.
The first one was the best one. Yeah. That's all. That's all you needed.
But I'll tell you what, that dude, man.
He showed up as Bosley in the freaking Charlie's Angels second movie.
His stand-up was crazy.
And his stand-up is crazy.
Kings of Comedy.
Did you ever watch a story? You ever watch the Bernie Mac story?
I don't know if I did or not.
You need to see that one.
But I did see him at the Oakland Coliseum.
Because, you would see him in his most rawest form.
Right.
Before Kings of Comedy.
What's up, Brett?
When he was playing the black rooms, the blacker than black rooms, the Chitlin circuit.
Damn, they call it that?
Yeah.
And I get in trouble for saying my neighbor.
Yeah.
And they call it the Chitlin room.
Yeah, they have that one's underground of the underground.
So I told you what happened at the show in Oakland, the Kings of Comedy.
Yeah.
D.L. Hughley, Cedric.
Yep.
So Steve Harvey's hosting it. They booed him off the stage.
I've seen some of those greats get booed. I mean, I've seen
booed off the stage.
They stop. Okay, here's a little known fact. They stopped the Cedric Entertainer thing because a raucous bunch of people weren't feeling for the recording, so they stopped the recording for about an hour.
Yeah.
To get that.
Well, where were they trying to film it?
Well, they did it in that one theater. His second series, the second
In
one. His
Oakland?
second. No. Cedric did his in Georgia, Atlanta, Georgia.
Well, there you go.
In that theater, they had to stop the recording for about an hour. They were going to shut it down, but they already had their money invested. Netflix was going to give them that deal. Got to do your second one, said. We got to get that second one in. They stopped that's why if you watch it,
right.
you could clearly see like the time lapse loop. People were spent. That studio audience was spent.
So Steve Harvey was trying to do his stuff. And then eventually they just told him, you know what, just
it's not working.
Get off the stage, man, because it's getting hostile.
DL had some off nights too.
He had, but I'll tell you what, Bernie Mac went up there, and oh my gosh, man, he talks about his nephew and niece, talking about him
downstairs.
Oh my God, I never laughed so hard, man. That fool.
And you know what? But at the same time that Bernie was developing them and his niece and nephew, Robin Harris had already done Bebe's Kids,
right?
And still, those things didn't even really there wasn't like joke stealing or premises or anything like that. Some badass kids. Bebe's Kids.
Well, what about Eddie Murphy?
Eddie Murphy didn't have kids that he bragged up.
What? He talked about
Tell me one.
The Goonie Goo Goos?
Well, that was his uncle who married an African woman.
Right.
And no, Umfufu.
Remember the kids, the Umfufu? No, but the kids he talked about. He talked about the kids where they put their head in the water and come out with the fish.
Oh my God. So when we have kids with Umfufu, they're gonna be little Bigfoot motherfuckers, and he would slam their face in out and come over with a fish like Goonie Goo. But no, not like Bebe's Kids, or not like him downstairs where the kids were punking him for being a pussy ass uncle.
Right.
Pussy ass, monkey fucking. She looked me up and down, and I was like, I'm ready to go knuckles on this little girl. So yeah, no,
dude, a lot of them didn't have original shit. Like, I don't know that Red Fox even had any of his own original material.
No, he had.
It was just jokes that he heard
and he took
throughout
them and
the
he
years,
owned them, and
then twisted them and made them like his.
Yeah, another great Flip Wilson.
Yeah.
Woof. Yeah, but those are all like just.
But they're joke jokes.
Joke jokes. Yeah.
Right. Just reincarnated joke jokes, which I mean, as far as the comedy scene goes, that it's not okay, but.
If you can build a whole persona, character, or a set of imagery with that and the storytelling, and it's hilarious. Small world. Baby's Kid, a little baby, 3 years old, still wearing a diaper, and dragging out every time he's taking a dump. You add characterization and pumper it on himself. Talking about what greats do.
You heard the one Red Fox joke that I like. My favorite Red Fox joke.
Which one? The
pet skunk?
Yeah, pet skunk.
Yeah.
My favorite. It's a quick one. I mean, it's like Asian girl always behind him, and he was in the bathtub, and she's like, "Fox, when are you gonna give me a ring? When are you gonna give me a ring?" He goes, "Well, when I get out this tub, you can have a ring." Fuck, wait a minute, zoom.
Wow. Yeah. Boom. Yeah. No. Yeah, that was one of my favorite jokes that he did. There's a bunch of them, but I can't ever remember them.
Yeah, and he would just lay them down like boom, boom, boom. Those are his jokes. I remember his where was he at? I think I want to say it was. It was in Vegas. It was like HBO comedy. They were doing it from a little RV thing, man. And they would go and do those things, and he'd sit there and he chain smoked and told his jokes and told white women. Suck his, and just boom, 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 and smoked so many damn cigarettes. But he did a whole special and beat up old little casino and made it on HBO, made HBO live, and
It'd have to be in a beat up old casino.
right, back in that
Otherwise,
days.
it'd be like
Cause
big old
Sammy and Dean had the strip.
right.
Sammy and Dean had the strip with the.
And you don't want to be in that anyway.
That was that playwright stuff, though.
I'll tell you what, they had. Right now, you have trying to do along the same lines, and I don't know if they intended to do it, like Sammy and Dean Martin, but Dave Attell and Jeff Ross.
That Bump and Mike's thing is pretty hilarious.
Right. Well, because you got two fucking funny comics.
They are hilarious.
But here's my take on Jeff Ross. Like Dave Attell is good, but he's so dark and so like calculated that it almost becomes a little on the dry side. So Jeff Ross will add in that little bit of color that he needs, but Jeff Ross has a hard time
keeping up with him,
but carrying a set of his own. Like he can do roasts and all that stuff, but listen to Jeff Ross do his own set by himself, like a full, like you. When's the last time you saw a Jeff Ross hour special?
Nope,
not gonna happen.
No,
right? But together, the two complement each other.
Oh yeah,
where they can pull off an hour.
I mean, you know what blows my mind, and people are going to go see them. They're almost sold out. Is those Impractical Jokers?
Yeah, I don't know.
How is that a concert?
Sal but how are they doing that? It's funny because they're out on the street, fucking with people that don't know what's going on.
But how is that a concert? When you going to how you going to go to the sports arena to watch them do?
You're going to do stand up? I mean, that's not even in your. It's like going and watching actors do stand up
or telling jokes about the crazy things that they were able to pull off,
reciting lines from movies and shit. That's what David Allen Greer did.
Oh my God!
All he did is reenact shit from the shows.
But
I'm like,
he was good at that.
But it's not stand up.
Tommy Davidson. That's a different.
Tommy Davidson's a whole different ballgame. That dude can actually do stand up.
Yeah, he's ridiculous with it.
But to hear these other guys just go out there and recite lines from the movies, I mean, it's just not the same.
Yeah,
it's not stand-up.
It's weird how comedy has molded into this thing that maybe it's performing art. So some people are curious, what is he going to do this time? Cat Williams can kill, and you're like, did he need to go and do something big to sell that show? Or did he have to go get beat up by a kid to sell some tickets to get up on the show? Did he have to go talk to some girl and be running from some dude pulling a gun on him before his next big show? So it's like it's all numbers and advertising and
it's unfortunate you can't just go up there and do your stuff and be judged on that.
Yeah, no.
But you got to do something ridiculous to get it to publicize it so that people will watch.
What's up, Alan Perry? Thanks for that thumbs up, man. Good Lord. We don't even get that much.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
Get
AP, what's up, dog? But that's a lot of the thing, like people think that a lot of that's just real, and it's not. It's all fabricated, and people act like, oh, this person became famous. No, they strategically leaked out a sex tape, and all of a sudden now they're fucking big news.
I'm still trying to figure Kevin Hart out. I can't. I just can't. I don't know why.
But you know what, man? Have you honestly sat down without prejudging and watch his special?
His first one?
The latest one.
No, the new.
Just.
I can't.
I'll tell you what, man.
It's too late. I can't because I'm already sitting there with judgment.
But if you can sit down and just watch it.
I remember one of those comedy competitions. I can't remember if it was the Wayans brothers one or something, but there was a young lady. She was actually a lesbian. She looked like she was cute, but she was the butch. You could just tell clear out.
Right.
But she created on the spot because they had different challenges. They challenged them to do a skit. They challenged them to do a YouTube presentation, and they challenged them to do stand-up. And so they had to take their 3-package deal and try to put their best one forward for like the final round. And she was amazing. But they kept comparing her to Kevin Hart, and I was like, no, because she's bringing to the table a whole nother something.
Real quick, did you see that news release that they had? They're adding to the endangered species list.
What's that?
Straight women.
Ooh, straight women, but bumps. Is that really a list? Is there like really a list out there actually? How about Well, women are actually right now, not just millennial women, but women are actually cutting back on sex because this whole empowerment, Me Too, the big movement, the push, the takeover, the control, I don't know what it is, but people are absolutely in love with this whole abstinence movement. I don't know, the morals have changed, the shift in our focus or something, and people are starting to work on themselves again, and abstinence as a movement for empowerment and betterment or what have you, I want to know what's up. You know, people are abstaining for so I got married, so I know the sex had to go drought city real quick. Yeah, we got past the honeymoon stage. We got past all the good stuff. Every once in a while we sneak one in, but had kids. We're doing it, but we're not doing it with the same vigor. We're not doing it with the same passion. We're not doing it the same thing. And then it's kind of like just dried up, drip, drip, dry. It's gone. Goodbye. Good luck. And I was like, what did they put in that cake? Wedding cake. It's just amazing what it does to your sex life to a married couple. You have to go to couples retreats. You got to go to do different things. You got to go through counseling. You got to find some tricks, some new tricks to get into love, spice it up or whatever. But now the new movement, and they're abstaining from sex. They got more things to do, more pressing things to do than to just rack their heads and go and blow their minds in a euphoric orgies and stuff. Now, don't get me wrong. Orgies and stuff like that still exist. And there are amazing. It's not even underground. There's a whole lot more. I mean, even though women and men are abstaining from sex and they're building more enriched and deeper relationships with each other.
Is that what they're calling it?
They're calling it that.
Right.
But at the same time, the underworld is still existing, where there's the shag parties and there's still hustlers and minglers and.
Look, if they're not doing each other, they're doing somebody else. I think that whole abstinence thing blows.
I don't know. I've abstained.
Was that the proper?
That was the way to drop back in that when you turn that around. Right. Turn that beat around. Like to hear some discussion.
It makes me want to put on my leg warmers and dance.
Turn it upside down. You just burned my eyes out, man. Thank you for that. I
was going to wear the G-string also.
Bow, 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 bow.
So I'm getting back in bikini shape.
Yes,
I want to sport the Speedo this summer. The banana hammock.
Dude, we're 2 weeks away from summer.
Well, I don't know with this weather.
Well, this weather looks all surprisingly... Okay, so May gray, June gloom,
right,
and then poof, summer.
Right.
Yeah.
So I've been doing the diet thing. The only cheating I've been doing is beer.
Beer.
On Wednesdays.
I've seen a steak or two or some...
What steak?
What steak?
Steak is fine. There's no carbs. Are you kidding? Dude, I do no carbs.
Protein rich.
Bro, I don't have no bread.
The preparation
no
of
rice.
you need to get rid of the red meat, brother. You need to get rid of the red meat.
I don't eat really red meat that often.
What steak? Steak is fine. There's no carbs in steak.
Look, I don't eat steak really. Every once in a while, Kathy will make it. But I don't really, I don't care for it. She'll tell you.
Every blue moon.
I'm a fish and chicken and the other white meat pork.
What was that? What did we have last week? The ribs, the riblets, the...
Pork.
Okay.
I'll eat me some pork.
Okay, I'll get kicked down on that. With both feet.
Right.
You need to give up on the pork too, my brother.
No, sir. Aslama bacon, my brother.
Bacon. All I want is bacon.
Yeah, hell no, I'm not getting rid of that. That's the other white meat.
We got to move you some tofu. Get you some of that.
I got to have me my hog.
How about some Beyond Meat?
Beyond?
You want some of that? Yeah.
No. No, sir. I don't have none of that food shit.
I'm going to go have a veggie burger at Carl's Jr. on my way home. That's going to be it, right?
Veggie?
There. Veggie?
Dude, you know what? They have proven that eating soy or veggie hamburgers or meats is actually worse than eating just a burger.
Uh-huh.
So I just think if you have in moderation anything, whatever, it's okay.
Moderation works on everything.
Right.
On drugs.
Well.
Sadness.
Right.
Money.
Well.
Sex in moderation will keep you sane. Well,
Now, I'm just going to say that I believe in overdosing in every category that you just mentioned.
I can see Rick's twitching and everything. What's wrong, Rick?
Look,
too much.
Right?
Too much all of them.
Too much all of them. Hey, I believe in
taking part,
all of it, and even leaving nothing for later.
Taking it, leaving it apart.
Right. Because wherever you got it the first time, you get more.
You get more. It'll be all right. It grows back.
Yeah, there's no rationing.
No.
Yeah. Why do some now and some later when you can do it all now?
Out, right? That's. Although I do like a good now and later.
Like Callie will say, why is it that you just can't have one beer, 2 beers? Why is it that you gotta?
This may be my last time.
Look, I don't believe.
I'm gonna treat this beer like my last beer.
Listen, I don't believe in doing anything halfway.
No, sir.
If I'm gonna do anything, I want to do it with everything I got.
All out.
Right. So it's not a marathon; it's a sprint. I don't know what anybody ever told you the opposite, but I want to be. If I'm gonna be out drinking, I want to be the best damn drinker I can be. You know what I'm saying? If I'm gonna partake in any kind of extracurriculars, I want to be the best one I can be.
Absolutely.
Right?
There's
if
no
I'm gonna get in
back.
there and get in with my elbows,
don't stop me now.
I'm in there to perform.
Don't stop me now.
I'm not trying to half-ass anything. I'm here to do it and do it right.
What's that Queen song?
Doing it
well. Doing it well. Oh, man. My girl's leaving me at work, man. Tomorrow's her last day. Lori Petson.
Who's this?
Lori Petson.
What's how's she look? She hot?
Well,
Is she like Just a Mess?
Yeah, she's an upgrade to Just a Mess.
What?
Yeah, she's a little Lebanese. Leave me alone guy, but she's my songbird. She would always have me, and she would.
But Lebanese, is she like?
No. No, she's that's my homegirl.
Is it all cropped up?
She's good people. She's good people. I'm gonna miss her. I'm gonna get all teary-eyed tomorrow. I'm gonna try to keep from crying.
Are you one of those?
I'm
at
one
the
of
office?
those.
Are you the crier? Like,
dude, I walk around. I give the women massages. I used to give her food gasms, and she'd be like, "Oh my God, guy! Oh, this is so good! Oh!"
Wow.
And I would cook for her with my heart's delight just to hear those moans. And that's my girl. I could be singing a song and she'd finish it, or I'd be like, "Oh man, what's that song?" And what's that song? My songbird's now. My songbird's gonna be gone.
Your soulmate.
Songbird, man. I got no soulmate. I'm not that kind. I don't know. I'm not that kind. I don't attach to them. I love them and leave them.
I just molest them at work.
I just molest them. I rub up on them. Look down their shirts. Try to get a check. 1, 2 on the microphone. My Lord.
But then I gotta let them go.
I gotta let them go. Just get a little, because when I get too attached to them,
just get my freak on.
Hey,
then go on.
If it belongs to you, let it go. If it comes back to you, it was meant to be. If not, hunt it down and kill it.
Damn.
God damn it.
Wow.
So she's moving on up.
Where's she going?
Kansas, man. I told her about them damn tornadoes, man. I was like, man, why are you going to go to Kansas? No one does that, but I'm trying to get out of California, man.
I know, but who consciously moves to Kansas?
If you want to chase a hurricane, a tornado, you might want to go to Kansas.
I can see, like,
if you want to live a billionaire's life on $50,000, you might go to Kansas.
I can see the stats being like 50 exits, 1 entry.
If you I'm doing my best Jeff Foxworth. If you can spell her name with Krylon on a water tower, you might be in Kansas.
If you're a fat fuck, you have probably finished half of your meal on the toilet.
Now that's love right there. You know what's going in and coming out. And you can finish the whole meal.
If you're still chewing and you got to take a shit, that's probably because you're overfilled.
Might be a fat fuck.
Yeah.
Oh Lordy. And that's an amazing thing when you build a character or you build something.
Right.
but you have no exit for that. So that's where my book, Exit Strategy, is going to give you some key pointers on how to get out of those ruts.
What are you talking about that?
Talk about my book again.
Pigeonholing yourself?
Pigeonholing yourself into something. Because, I mean, you've seen Seinfeld's producer, the guy that kind of like discovered him.
Larry David?
Yeah.
That's a weird motherfucker. Right
Larry David, though, is
genius.
a genius.
It's just, he's one of those geniuses that you'd probably be better off if you never saw. If you just saw his,
But so he's
his spawns.
So, I mean, he was pre-existent. So
Right.
Jerry Seinfeld became Larry David, but was able to build a persona and presence
He
while
was the
doing
face
stand-up.
of Larry David, an acceptable face.
Absolutely.
The problem is Larry David as a person was heinous. His concepts were great, his ideas were great,
Amazing.
but he needed a face to present that.
That's
So
what's
that's
up.
what Jerry Seinfeld was.
That's what's up.
Right.
So once you keyhole that, how do you pull yourself out of that? I mean, I've watched Jerry do amazing things over his career. The show About Nothing, and then there was that Comics and Cars. But it's just now you're that guy. You can't do or be anything else.
Right.
Larry David's.
He tried to do it on his own. You saw the results of that.
Yeah. What was his cousin's?
They called his tour Fuego.
Fuego.
And not because he was on fire. It was because he was crash and burn. he is in Fuego.
Stop Fuego.
No. See, his car choque and he's in Fuego. No, it was fucking crazy. I watched it. I was like, oh, God.
Really bad.
Oh, God, this is bad. But no, it's it is what it is. I wrote I did my first endeavor of writing a song.
A song?
Yeah.
Can we hear a little bit of it?
It actually was one of my daughter's all-time favorites. She asked me to sing this song to her every night before she went to bed.
Oh, can we get a little piece of that?
No, I'm not much of a singer. Everybody knows that.
And here we go. Ready to and go.
But it kind of goes like this. And it is.
Do we need a beat or
no? It's okay.
It's kind of tuned to the.
Well, it's from that old nursery rhyme.
Oh wait, I got it. What walks downstairs and singles and pairs and makes a clinkety sound.
All right.
The spring. Okay, sorry.
This one is like this.
Wait. Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to an exclusive. We do not own the rights to this. This is an original Pelon.
It is.
Moment.
Hush, little baby, don't say a word. Daddy's gonna buy you a mockingbird. And if that mockingbird don't sing, Daddy's gonna buy a shotgun and shoot that fucking thing. That's love right there.
That's it?
Yeah.
Oh man, I've heard that covered many ways.
That last part is her favorite part of that song.
Wow.
Yes. So you've heard that one?
I'm not a fan. It's a no from me. I'm sorry. I've gone.
Can I go to Hollywood?
I've done the Americans Got Talent. I've seen the tour.
Right.
We need a little bit more. It's a no from me. Damn it. Oh man. Yo, dog, that was pumping. Woo, 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 woo. Randy Jackson would produce that shit.
You know what they say? Yeah, you know what they say?
Randy Jackson would whoop up on that one.
They say when you got it, you got it, and son, you got it.
You got it. And you know what? You're me 30 years ago, and I want you to keep going. Keep going. I'm gonna take you to the next round.
Yes. Lionel's been the funny one.
That was oh God, oh my God. I think it was just the clash of the attitudes, but he was good.
Yeah, no, he was fine. But, everything was like, I think you got that from my closet.
Yeah, you got that from my closet.
The gayer it was, the more it was from his closet. Has he come out of the closet yet?
Ballerina girl. That was a song by this daughter.
Was Lionel Richie ever, officially gay?
Sonny, I tried to tell you before.
I was severely disappointed by
Girl, I'm
the
leaving
finale.
the closet tomorrow. Why the people look at me the way they look at me?
Did you watch the finale of American Idol?
These tight jeans aren't comfortable, baby. Because I'm Easy. I'm sleazy like Sunday morning. I'm greasy on a Sunday morning.
This camel toast for Johnny.
There's camel Joe.
I'm sorry, Joni.
Why I'm easy? You're easy because you're
a hoe.
a hoe. And
So,
it ain't got
hey,
nothing to do with Sunday morning.
Did you see the finale of American Idol?
Wait, the last season? Supposed to be the
this
last
Sunday.
season? I didn't watch.
Oh my God! This kid Alejandro
Made you cry?
absolutely killed it.
Made you cry?
Killed it.
And
Every week, just killed it.
And he lost.
And this fucking kid from Louisiana,
And he lost.
not even that great of a singer, could not perform, should not have even been in the top 10, won.
Trump, baby. Trump.
It was.
Trump train is
It was like
crashing.
the
Burn.
Trump winning of American Idol. It was unbelievable. I was like, I vowed never to watch American Idol again.
I think was this like the last season?
After
ever?
that.
Isn't this the last
Oh,
season?
hell
ever?
no. They're running strong.
They're gonna go.
You know,
They're gonna
Ryan
go again.
Seacrest bought it, right?
Oh, okay. Never
So-
mind. This is Casey.
Hey, and I'll tell you
I
this.
wish I hadn't given that boy the stick.
This finale had every big name imaginable. I told Kat, I
The
said, you know
coaches
what?
and shit.
Are we watching the iHeart Music Awards? Because this is phenomenal. They had like every single big name performing. I was like, holy shit. This is American Idol?
Damn. Yeah. No. On again, off again. They're going to actually do Woodstock. They're finally going to do it.
I thought they canceled it.
No, they got some new money. Somebody said they're showing up. They're going to do it now. And you know what? What they realized, because it's a part of American culture and it needs to be done.
Right.
But the iHeart concert has gotten bigger. The individual EDCs, the Love Fest, and everything else have gotten bigger than.
Right.
But do we need a Woodstock? I mean, Coachella.
They got all that.
San Diego's Cabo or Kaboo, whatever. I can't ever say
I
it.
think it's getting a little out of hand with all the different shit, but they have like 84 acts performing or some shit.
Over 3 days at Kaboo.
No, over at
But
the
the Woodstock, yeah, no,
I don't know,
80.
It's like some ridiculous number.
Ridiculous. I'm like,
But it goes 24 hours a day.
But is it one stage though?
And then they wonder, no, there's a bunch of stages, but they wonder why it turns into this fuck fest and drug fest. What do you expect these motherfuckers to do for a whole week?
Bring back Jimmy.
know?
Yeah, no, I love musical expression, and there is a little known musical festival in Canada. It's more folk music and original, but they've opened it up.
Sounds fun.
They opened it up.
Right.
You know, acoustic.
My
folk.
thing is, it isn't for the love of music that these things happen.
No, the
These are money
festivals are.
making. These are music
well-
money making ventures.
No, this one's more grassroots. It is a natural festival. The one in Canada.
Okay, well, I'm just saying all these other ones.
But the other ones, so money,
the-
advertisement,
right.
the promoting,
Right.
the bands showing up to perform. Jesus.
They basically work for free because they just want airtime. They're basically like, if you don't come and perform, you're not going to get fucking airtime.
We're not going to put your segment on the air. You can play. You in there. You're on the bill. But yeah, no, they don't go there for free. They going to get paid.
Who?
All the freaking acts, they go to get paid, dude.
Some of them do, some don't. You want to perform on the same stage that fucking this person's performing?
So let's see. What do they need all this money for then? Production?
Well, they're only paying certain. I don't think they're paying everybody. Dude, if
be
you're
on the
up
corner
and coming, don't tell me you wouldn't fucking play for free just to be on that bill.
Just to be on that bill? Hell yeah! I got your attention enough to want to put me on.
And if I know that I can get over on you and get you to play for free, I'm going to. Well, not me personally, but I'm speaking for the fucking cheap promoters. I always had a belief that if you performed and I charged, you got paid.
Stockton.
Even if it was a little bit, you still got paid.
Stockton. Yeah. Craziness.
That's what I believe.
So, doing recognition and just staying with your craft and doing things that are true to you, making your product, your brand.
Be original.
Be original.
Thank you, Dr. Pepper.
Thank you.
Be you.
Hey, they're bringing back Coca-Cola for a little bit, limited time.
Oh, yeah?
The original Coke.
With all the sugar.
Made in Mexico. Which is going to be strange because it is Well, no, they do have a factory in Arizona, but the major import is Coca-Cola from Mexico because they got the real cane
But is it made
sugar.
with real sugar cane?
With real cane?
There you go.
That's what I'm saying. So
Well, it's been fun, as always, every Wednesday.
a little bit.
Every show's a little different.
You never know what you're
Some
gonna
is
get.
packed with all kinds of shit.
Toodles.
Other ones is like,
Bob.
it's very light and just fluffy.
Like this.
So you never know. It's like a box of chocolates.
Bum, 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 bum,
You never know when you're going to get a roach in one of them.
Okay. Like jalapenos, man. Life is like a box of jalapenos.
Some are stuffed.
Cheese or cream
Some are
cheese.
just super spicy.
Summer will burn your ass. Summer will burn your ass. We didn't do an in the news and we got out of that one. We want to thank you guys for hanging out with us. And
Tonight was one of those like Dave Chappelle shows where there wasn't really any jokes, but it was just like sitting on the couch talking.
you know,
Sometimes that's nice.
that sometimes is good.
It's not always all about you. Sometimes it's just nice to hash things out, to talk about.
Sitting on the toilet and eating. Oh, Lord.
Have you ever?
Have you ever?
Have you ever found yourself sitting on the toilet finishing the bite of food that you just took in the kitchen?
I feel a bit hard pressed sometimes to actually want to sit on the toilet while eating.
Right.
I don't think I could do
It
it.
should not be allowed.
I don't think I could do that. That's a difficult one. I'm gonna ponder that. I'm gonna force myself. I got a nice 4-day weekend coming up.
There you go. You got some thinking material.
Got some thinking material, something to do, and
They give you a little homework to do between now and the next show.
have some. I'll tell you how I do. I might videotape it too. I'll grab a handful of hot dogs, one in each hand, and I'm sitting there. Well, one in one hand and a roll of toilet paper in the other, and I'm gonna sit there.
Yeah. It sounds very pleasing, very appetizing.
And then Perry dog it, so that one won't come. Bloop,
Force it out.
bloop, and the water comes back up and tickles your tail hole. Damn.
Well, that's been the Pelon and Chubby show for this Wednesday.
Yep.
It is what it is.
Take that and
You
stick
know,
it. Take that
sometimes-
and put a pipe in it.
It's more than it is, more than it was, more than it will be.
Thoughts and prayers to the people in the floodline in Oklahoma.
Boy, they got some sound.
Thoughts and prayers to my people in Kansas.
What's going on there?
Well, they had tornadoes. Inclement weather. So Oklahoma,
Not only do they
Texas.
have to live in a shithole, but they got to deal with all that.
It's the flatlands, man. It's the flatlands. There's snow at Mount Laguna. You guys go out and have a good one. If we have a nice, safe, and
snowball
Memorial Day weekend,
There you go.
have a good one.
Remember all the ones we've lost.
We will.
Isn't that what it's about?
That's what it's about.
So
Go plant a tree.
Father's Day's coming up. I'm gonna go see Pops in the hole.
Damn.
That's gonna be rough.
It's probably gonna rain that day too.
It's all right.
Go hang your
Shit's
head
gotta
low.
be done.
Hang your head down.
Sweet Lord,
Hang down your head, Tom Dooley.
sweet
Hang down your head and cry. Hang down your head, Tom Dooley. Poor boy, you're going to
All right,
die.
here we go.
So,
So it's been another episode of the Pelon and Chubby Show here every Wednesday. Tell your friends to tune in at 8 o'clock. We're here talking about whatever. Tune in, check it out. Episode 80 something.